Hey, this is Guro Marc Enriquez from the Miami STICKFIGHTER Club, and I'm joined here with Chris, one of our students, one of our members. And I want to address a question that's asked a lot of times when they see that what we do is stick fighting, hence the Miami STICKFIGHTER Club name, and how practical a martial art like this is when it's relying mostly on sticks. People don't carry sticks around with them all the time, and that's really the basis for the question, and that's really not the point. We train with sticks for a lot of different reasons. One reason is that a stick is a really simple representative of any kind of implement you could find on the ground, whether that be an actual branch or stick on the ground, whether that be a lead pipe or a piece of PVC or a piece of wood or a baseball bat. It's all the mechanics of what you learn with these more formal training sticks is easily applicable to a self-defense situation. It's one of the reasons why something like this, just one of the reasons why something like this is really well matched for a person who is not as physically strong as their attacker may be, because we default to using tools. So a smaller person who picks up a tool can very easily level the playing field against a larger attacker. Now, what I want to show in this is how some of the principles of using the stick apply to other self-defense scenarios. Okay, we use a certain couple of coordination drills. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to bow in with Chris here, and we're going to prepare in what we call open position, and we're going to do a double stick drill we call 4 count. 4 count works like this. We do a forehand strike, another forehand strike, backhand, and backhand. So that's forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand. And we can do that a little faster, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you can see it's a very repetitive series of skills, okay? So people look at that and it's like, okay, so when are you ever going to encounter a person with 2 sticks that's going to be dealing with you? Let me show you first, dropping my sticks for a second, how I might use that same hand movement. Actually, you'll still need yours. How you might still use that same hand movement to deal with a person who has double sticks. Okay, so what I'm going to ask is, let's have you advance 2 moves in your set. So do your forehand and do your backhand. Okay, so now he's going to be doing backhands and backhands. So if I do a forehand to stop this one, I do a forehand to do this one, I deal with this with a backhand, and I deal with this one with a backhand, I have opportunities to fire blocks. That's just one way of looking at that. The other way that we'll look at that, you can go ahead and drop your stick now, is Filipino martial arts are also known for their use of bladed weapons. So the application that I'm going to use, and what I want you to pay attention to, is the idea of the forehand, the backhand, like we did with the double sticks. Is, let's say Chris is slashing at my throat, okay, and I'm going to let him finish that uncontested, right? What I may do is I may, for example, slash his wrist. Here's my first forehand. Pass it off to make sure it doesn't cut me, right? As I attempt to slash this side, he stops my hand. That was my backhand, but now I can come over here, and here's my opportunity because I did a backhand movement, okay, or an opening movement, so I can reposition myself. Okay, looking at that again, he slashes, forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand, and here's my opportunity and my opening. Okay. Another way we can look at that, thank you, is from an empty hands perspective. If we go into more of a boxing series, and switch sheet for me, is Chris is going to do a jab and a cross. Jab meaning a punch from the lead hand, in this case his left, and then a cross, meaning it goes across the center line with the right hand. So once again, jab, cross, cross. Now if you look, if I go forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand, now I have my opportunity to clear. Now why would I hit his hand 3 different times? Okay, well usually a person who's going to throw a cross considers that a power shot, and not like the jab where they're going to be in and out. So a person who throws a jab, they're going to snap it. Okay, so I may only have the opportunity to just parry it once, and that's my forehand action. Forehand now, forehand, backhand, backhand, right? So that I can get into different kinds of positions. By maintaining the contact, I always know where he is. Okay, so again, forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand, and I can position myself to a lot of different opportunities. Okay, appreciate you cooperating with that. But again, so if you look at the motion, again, the gross motion is still forehand, forehand, backhand, and because my hand is coming from here, a backhand, I can use this to jam him up. But all of that, once again, is simply coming from the forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand motion. So even though you may not carry sticks around with you all the time, these are the coordination drills that you're learning. Okay? Thank you.